welcome back to my channel, Watson World. It's your girl Anna, and I literally decided this morning to make another Diary of a DPT video because I have some exciting news. If you didn't know, I have been living here in Washington. It'll be 2 years in like June, July, and I recently got a promotion and I have accepted a offer to be a clinical director at actually the clinic that I first transferred to when I moved here in Washington. Obviously, because of safety reasons, I try to avoid like naming what clinic I work at. Again, obviously my previous videos, I haven't mentioned like where like I work, but yeah, so I'm gonna be a clinical director literally in like 2 weeks from today. So I realized yesterday when I was at work that my last day at my current clinic is next Tuesday, because then I'm going to be on vacation and going back to Arizona. And then when I come back, I literally start at the new clinic as the director. So I decided that I would make a little week in the life, kind of like I did with the last one when I ended at that clinic. So we're gonna kind of do a last full week. So I only have 2 days there next week and then I'm leaving. So I figured this week would be easier. So obviously I didn't do this yesterday. Today is Tuesday, just so you know, and I didn't think about this until now. So I will maybe see if I want to recap yesterday at some point in time, but today I am actually covering at a different clinic because my current clinical director is out of town this week, and so her other clinic, they didn't have any therapists that were working today, so she asked if I would come over and help out that clinic. So I'm actually over here today, so a totally different clinic than I normally work in, and we're gonna kind of see what the day brings me. I got here a little bit early because it's closer to my house than my current clinic, so I figured I had enough time to make a little mini intro and see what the day brings. So yeah, I have worked at this clinic a couple times. I've covered a couple times, so I'm usually like, I mean, I've been in a different clinic literally like every single year since I became a physical therapist, and even prior to that, like I've worked in a lot of different like clinics, so that doesn't really like bother me. Like I obviously became a travel like PT for like a reason, so yeah, I'm not really like that worried about like not knowing anybody. I'm good at like introducing myself and telling them like, hey, I'm just covering for the day. So hopefully they, like the PTs told them like in advance. I do have a couple evals though today, so obviously we'll let them know that I am not typically at this clinic, and yeah, we'll just kind of see how the day goes. So hopefully I'll remember that I'm making a video and try to get clips and, you know, stuff that I can. So we'll see what happens. So the afternoon, one of my techs, we call them OSSs, Operations Support Specialist. She normally covers this clinic in the afternoon, so she will come over and help me with some patients this afternoon. So that will be exciting. And yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna head inside. I'm a little bit early. I'm hoping the doors are open. This clinic has like a couple other like places attached to it, so I don't really know because I don't have a key. So I'm hoping that the other person that is opening the clinic comes early. I'm really not positive, so we're gonna find out together. Okay, welcome to my last week as a staff PT. Alright, it's lunchtime, so if you can hear the microwave going in the background, I'm like hiding in the back. But yeah, been an eventful morning already. My first patient, we were stuck upstairs together because I didn't have a like key to like get down in the clinic. I was like, hey, are you coming for therapy? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, hi, I'm Anna. I'm like the PT that's going to be treating you. So yeah, that was fun. And he also happened to be like a first follow-up patient. So it was like his first appointment after his eval. So yeah, so it was interesting. And there was like not a lot of exercises in his flow sheet. So I had to kind of like figure out things to do for him and just meeting him. So that was fun. I had a couple other of the patients were also like pretty recent to starting therapy. Luckily, most of the other ones had at least like some exercises in there. I had a patient that is post-op, and so not a lot of exercises that we can do yet because he's only 5 weeks. So I had to do like passive range of motion on him. But yeah, so overall, I survived my morning here. So then Ryan, my tech from my other clinic, is going to come and help me out in the afternoon. I'm going to eat lunch now. Hello. Obviously, I am back home now, sitting on my couch. I apologize if you hear my dog or my husband in the background. But yeah, just kind of some end of the night chats. I guess I should probably look to see how many people I actually saw, but I had 2 evals in the afternoon. Both happened to be rotator cuff repairs, so that was interesting. They had similar protocols, so not a whole lot that I could do with them at eval. One was definitely more tolerable than the other. The other one, I could barely move her, and she was not about it. So that'll be interesting moving forward because there's not a whole lot that you can do for those patients because they can't move their shoulder for 6 weeks. So yeah, that's gonna be a thing. Everyone else, all of the patients were super, super nice. They totally like were understanding. So obviously, as like a therapist that doesn't normally work in that clinic, I try like not to change a whole lot of things. The problem was I wasn't changing things. There just wasn't enough like information in like the patient's chart. So I kind of had to like talk to the patient about what they like needed to work on and then kind of add things because I just didn't have a lot of information to base off of that from. Because so obviously like as a physical therapist, like I can change the plan of care, but if I'm never going to see that person again, I don't want to like do a whole bunch of new stuff. But like I kind of like had to add things because there just wasn't enough that like patients were doing. So it was definitely an interesting day for me to be at a different clinic and not like have any of the other therapists to ask like how do you guys do this exercise or how do you what do you want, which is like I feel comfortable like making those decisions. Like I had the patients do whatever I felt like was good for them to work on for whatever they were coming in for, but it definitely was interesting to be like the PT that they have never seen before. But like I said, everybody was super nice and understanding that like I was just there for the day. So yeah, it was all good. So yeah, that's just kind of my little update of the night. I do have a lot of documentation to work on, so I just ate leftovers for dinner and I finished the episode that I was watching. I got caught up on a show called Shrinking, so I just watched the new episode that just came out. So I did that, just kind of relaxed and whatever, and now I'm gonna put on just a kind of whatever show in the background and work on some more of my notes. so that I have those done before I have to go back to work tomorrow at my own clinic. So, yeah, it's gonna be kind of the rundown for now, and I'll chat with you later.
The last time, please come close. I love you with all my heart.